listening to TK in the AM. How y'all doing, everybody? So it's time for chat room check-in. We are affirming everything today. Wealth, we're affirming creativity, we're affirming bravery today. And shout out to everyone in the chat room. Let me just read down. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to, I'm gonna go backwards. DJ Diva, who invited her friend, brainy, beautiful black girl. Yeah, I don't know if I got it right, but something like that. Welcome new friends to the show. Shout out to Shani Stiletto Diva, Queen from Queens. Revolution of Races in the chat room. Nikki Webb 1 is in the chat room. MJ Krantz is in the chat room. MC Picket Fence, shout out to you. Koopy and Julia are in the chat room together. They are cubby buddies listening from work. Shout out to I Saw Lauren, who's tuning in from Kansas City. DJ Diva, I believe, is tuning in from Memphis. Shout out to Dat Bouncer and Dr. Posala, who's tuning in from the Bay. Dat Bouncer from Long Island. Boo Tasha, another cubby buddy tuning in from work. Queendom is another one. She went to the B concert. She bought the bomber jacket and everything. You know it's real when you pay the ticket money and buy merch.
Absolutely.
I be
Queen don't play
merch.
with them concerts. She be out there.
Shout out to Aris, the chef, who's giving me that ill pep talk about, yo, get up on that, you know, on your socials. You know, put some money on them posts. Put some money on them posts. You know what? Shout out to Let's Get Free 13. Who else was in the chat room? Ooh, child. Everybody. MJ Krantz is in the chat room. Brainy Brown Girl. That's who. Shout out to you, sis, for tuning in. I think that's it for our check-in.
DJ Diva in there?
DJ Diva, I got her in there, man. Angelica, everybody's in the building. D, do you have any check-ins for us?
Me?
Yes.
I want to check in the Bronx. What up, BX?
The whole of the Bronx. Oh, Nick's P.
The whole
Dominican
BX.
Jesus.
The whole
Yes.
BX. Shout out to you. You guys reared me, born and raised, 35 years in the BX.
Yes.
And shout out to all of New York, all of the web, the internets.
In the webs.
We love you.
And
All new
also,
listeners.
Brian K. and Let's Get Free 13 is letting us know that a brand new page of his graphic novel, Neverland the Untold, is out. So go to neverlanduntold.com to check it out. We out here. It's enough love for everybody, yo.
Right, Black Wall Street.
There it is. Yo, so you know what? Let's get into it. Let me get into a proper instrumental for the conversation. Excuse me. You know what? Some De La Never Hurt Nobody.
Ooh, never.
All right.
Yeah, we love De La.
Boys, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, welcome. Welcome
He's
to
in the
TK in
building.
the AM.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Yo.
He got that new shit. He can see us.
You can see. We are good, man. We told you, yo, we got that fresh, the fresh hot black reactions to your film. We watched it early this
hot
morning.
black reactions. Yeah.
And what do you guys think?
Good work, yo.
Really?
Yes, no,
Very
we
good
love
work.
it.
Very
And
good
you
work.
know what? I gotta say, yo, just for clarity and just because the chat roommates know you, B. They heard you talking about some stuff. Sometimes you say stuff they like. Sometimes you say stuff they don't like. I'm just letting you know off the top they're not shy.
This is all honesty. But nah,
That is okay. That is all good.
we definitely watched
Chat
it.
room too.
We definitely watched it this morning, and pretty appreciate what you guys did.
Yes. So I want to talk to you guys about just what was the decision process for making Resurrecting Black Wall Street?
Yeah.
Go ahead, boy.
Well, first and foremost, I got to give, all the credit to Dorian and Chandler, for really manifesting the vision the way that she did. And she actually came in after the first make of the film didn't go the way we wanted. Just being quite honest. We got some other people working on the first version, and I didn't like it. I didn't feel like it was at the quality that I wanted. So I said the second time around, we got to do this movie because it's so important. But we have to, pivot. Like it happens a lot of times in business. Like Twitter, for example, was a company that came out of another company. The first company failed, but Twitter came out of it because they realized that they didn't actually like everything about the company, but they did like the tweets. So they pivoted. So we had to pivot with this film, and I needed to go to a reliable source for the directing. So I reached out to Dorian Chandler because I knew that I would get a certain level of quality. So Dorian and I talked about the vision and what we thought the film would look like, and she just took over from there and just did an awesome job and just straight killed it. So I can get credit for, making sure the bills got paid, but Dorian gets credit for being the artist.
That's what's
Awesome,
up.
awesome. And I've known you guys for a long time, and I know that this is something that is have been on your psyches for a long time, especially when we're talking about black media and creating, right? Because everybody's like, well, why this and why that, and why don't we make our own? But instead of you guys asked it, then you answered it. Because people were like, well, I can't wait to see the Black Wall Street movie, right? And then in my mind, I said, well, then make it. And y'all did that, and y'all did
Exactly.
Right, and it's about supporting what other black people are making. I mean, that's how we really can resurrect Black Wall Street, by supporting each other. You have a business, you have something you're selling. How can I get with that? How can I support you? How can I buy that?
We got a few folks letting us know they're just tuning in, so I want to recap for the folks who we are talking to. We're talking to Dr. Boyce Watkins and Dorian Chandler, filmmakers behind Resurrecting Black Wall Street, The Blueprint. It is a Your Black World Films production, and I made some notes.
Okay,
so
Yeah.
I just want to go into this right off the top, the black dollar, right? And we know about the black dollar circulating like 30 minutes inside our community. Basically, 30 minutes means I gave $1 to Conscious, and then he bought something from a white store. That's 30 minutes right there. But in Tulsa, at the time, like 1912, the black dollar circulated within that community for 1 year.
Yeah.
Yo, can we get back to that? Is there a feasible model to get back to that 1 year circulation or longer?
I think so. It all comes down to being conscious about where you spend your money. You can't. It's just like when I tell my daughters about being conscious about which men you share your body with. It's the same thing. We have power, and when you are sloppy with how you allocate your resources, then you always end up disappointed with the results. You're transferring your power away to somebody else. And so, when it comes to Black Wall Street of today, we're a more integrated society. So it's a little tougher to keep money in the black community as long as back then, because remember they had segregation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I see scenarios online and in other places where black folks are consciously thinking about giving their money to other black people, and you are seeing these spaces where money does circulate in the black community for a longer period of time. So I think we just keep working on that. I think we can move back in that direction, no doubt about it.
Segregation, integration, separatists. Are those dirty words, or why are those? Because I feel like people cringe. They're like, one time, I just want a quick segue. I went on Facebook, and it clicked for me, and it re-clicked when I watched the film today about integration and I was like, well, why don't I just send my kids to a black school? We could still function, and somebody was like, well, that's sad. I was like, why don't we just self-segregate? And I was like, why is that sad to you? Mm-hmm. She was like, and he was a white person, and so she couldn't understand why I would want to self-segregate for educational purposes. And then watching this,
or separate.
I didn't know the term separatist when I wrote that. So in my mind, I was calling it self-segregation.
Well, I think anytime it
doesn't mean I hate anybody. It just means I value our stuff to the point where I just want to put my kids or do things that make me feel good.
Well, it's solidarity.
Yeah.
It's not
But
bad.
we're always meant to feel like we're doing something wrong
if we don't want to be part of the party.
Right. And so many other communities do that with no problems. You go to Chinatown, it's clearly for Chinese,
or
Americans,
Asian,
Asian Americans. They're not questioning whether or not they're supposed to be doing it.
Well, we can't do it because it's a problem.
But why is it a problem?
No, I'm saying,
it shouldn't be a problem for us, but I think
no, because it's too much power. So
Right.
here's the whole let's fuck their minds over and make them feel a ways about themselves, while basically breaking up the fact that if they do get together, they are powerful.
Yeah.
They don't know this, so that's why it's a problem.
Yeah.
So is there a way, boys, that you in making this or in talking to people that are not people of color, to take that? I don't want to say. For them, it's a sting. For me, it doesn't sting me at all to say those words. But how do you get the message across, basically?
I mean, just to be quite frank with you, I don't really give a fuck what white people think.
There's that.
Thank
There's
you.
Affirmation
I
Friday.
really don't. I don't.
Yeah.
And the thing about it,
Yes.
the thing about it is that we
Say
got to
it every
get past this idea where we somehow think white people are our parents and we
Yeah.
need their permission, their validation.
Thank
before
you.
we do the things that we want to do. You know,
Say that.
I've been in 16 cities the last 3 months, 2.5, something like that. And I've met thousands and thousands of black people across the country in every city. And I think I've only seen maybe 2 white people at all of my events put together. And I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
you know, because this is not really a conversation that everybody's going to understand.
No.
And the white people they're welcome. You know, we don't put them out or anything. But, you know, I like the idea of us having spaces where we're making the rules. You know, we're not worried about your scrutiny. We're not worried about what you're going to think. That's why it's very important to think about not just where you spend your money, but where you get your money. You see, when we went on this tour and when we made this movie and when we do our projects, we don't really take money from white people.
Right.
You know, not that we wouldn't be open to a conversation, but when somebody's paying your bills, they tell you what to do.
Yep.
If they were to tell you what to do, then you need their approval. Then when you need their approval, you're worried about what they think. And when you're worried about what they think, then it's going to affect your self-esteem. And understand this, white people as a collective have been beating down black people's self-esteem for 400 years. So why would you want to be economically dependent on somebody who does not have your best interest at heart?
Oh.
And so, you know, I think that when we have a conversation about integration, segregation, things like that, it's very important to remember that integration is not the same as desegregation. Desegregation means you have the right to go where you want, to do business with who you want. That should be a natural given in a global society. Everybody should be desegregated. But integration, doesn't necessarily always have to occur unless it occurs in the right terms. So it's a lot like marriage. It's not fun to live in a world where you're not allowed to be married. It's not fun to live in a world where you're forced to be married.
Right.
But it's better to live in a world where you can decide if you want to be married, and before you get married, you choose the right partners and the right terms and conditions of the partnership. That's where integration killed black people. We didn't choose the terms and conditions of the partnership, so we ultimately got screwed.
Woo! Say that. Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, and wow.
Yeah, take a drink.
So, I want to talk about excessive spending, and I know this comes up every holiday season or every time a sneaker drop comes
every
out
weekend.
or whatever. And I want to just preface this by saying, I want to just say, like, all people, especially poor people, you are allowed to have joy in your life.
Absolutely.
You're allowed to have an iPhone. You're allowed to have nice sneakers.
Yeah.
So, like, I just want to get the shame out of there about that.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have an issue in our community with excessive spending and abusive spending.
Yep, and that's one of the themes of the film. You know, we thought it would be important to represent this important story, Black Wall Street, but also to have contemporary themes as to kind of what's happening with the black community now. And we really touch upon, we actually have psychotherapists who talk about the psychology of how we think and the psychology behind black spending. And it is a psychological kind of concept. It's not just all the physical concept of taking out your money and spending. Before you get to that point, you've psychologically put yourself in a space to say, I'm waiting on this line to get Jordans. And how come that's the case? So the film explores those themes because we really thought that's important, just to not talk about money, but to talk about why we do something.
Why we do what we do.
Yeah, the psychology behind things.
Wow. So how do we get to a point where, and I'm going to throw this to you boys, you can get those nice things, but also you can get a house?
You know, everything is about balance.
Yeah.
People might think that in order to be economically mature, you have to save every penny. You can't make mistakes. You can't waste money, etc. And I think that's just no fun. That's not a fun way to live life. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I can't live. If you tell me to eat healthy, I don't want to go from, I can't go from eating cheeseburgers and candy bars to eating, lettuce and vegan.
Not the first day, no.
Yeah, it's a hell of a transition. So what you're really kind of saying is you're looking at somebody who's, morbidly obese, who's just eating all the worst foods, and you say, look, just slow it down a little bit and put some healthy food in your life, you know? And that's what we kind of are saying to people that might, be a little bit economically obese in the sense of making decisions financially that are not putting them where they want to be. We just kind of say, look, just put some healthy financial decisions in your life. But sometimes that morbidly obese person may be eating that way because they don't know what healthy food looks like.
Right.
They don't know how to make it taste good. They don't know where to go buy it. They don't feel like they can afford it. So there's an educational process that must occur where you have to get the person to buy into the idea and then get them to slowly evolve their habits. So excessive spending is a problem for the black community, absolutely. A lot of it is because you have so many people that will get $100 and will spend $100.
Yeah.
As opposed to an idea where you get $100 and maybe you spend $80 and you do something productive with the other 20. Like an NBA player, when NBA players go broke, that's a really sad thing to watch because what they don't understand is that they haven't just wasted their own money, they've wasted their great grandkids' money. A player who makes $100 million in his career, literally, if he has just some degree of economic maturity, some degree of financial literacy, could very easily turn that $100 million into $1 billion before he's dead.
Right.
And his children, if they're financially literate, could turn that billion into $5 billion. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. So when you kill something off, you're not just killing the thing you've killed everything that thing was meant to become. So if I kill a 2-year-old child, I'm not just killing a baby. I'm killing somebody's father one day or somebody's grandparent.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what happens when you throw away money that could be used to be put in a position where it's going to grow into something more valuable in the long term.
And I think we need just constant reminders. I mean, this film is hopefully going to be an ongoing reminder of people to us, to our community, of what we can accomplish, what we can do, and those reminders about, okay, you have that dollar, you have that $20. Before you spend it, think twice about where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Is it going to stay in your community? Look around. Do you see anybody that looks like you? Maybe conserve it and wait till you can spend it with someone who looks like you.
Ooh. So now I want to get into like first I just want to say, when in the film you had a gentleman talking about all the different black people, amazing black people that did amazing things. Child, I'm not gonna lie, I flinched when he said Ben Carson though.
Oh, Aaron Johnson.
I didn't want to claim Ben Carson.
I flipped it when I was editing it. I was like, pick another black doctor.
But
he did that. He just went,
He's a little crazy now.
He went left with it. So I want to ask about the cost model and intelligent boss moves, boys. Some solution-oriented things that you have going on that you want to let the people know about.
Yeah, well, the cost model is something that I put together for the students in the Black Wealth Boot Camp to kind of help them to see a very simple way that they can build their own Black Wall Street. A Black Wall Street is not something that has to be big and massive and cost billions of dollars. A Black Wall Street can be something that exists even within your own family. All a Black Wall Street really is a scenario where money circulates, where cooperative economics is practiced. It could be 4 of us, where I have your back, you have mine. If you need to borrow money to sustain your business, I'll loan you money. I don't need to see your credit score because I know you. If you need somebody to be an investor, I'll consider being an investor. If you need somebody to help you get customers, I help you get customers. Just sort of thinking and understanding that there's strength in numbers, there's strength in coming together as opposed to integration which spreads us apart. So the cost model, basically spells COST. Every letter has a meaning. The C stands for contribute. Every person of color should contribute between 2 and 5% of their monthly income to some Black institution other than their church. Doesn't mean you don't give money to the pastor, but you also give money to the community center, maybe to a scholarship fund or whatever. So you make $100, you give $2 to $5 to your community. If you can tithe to the pastor, then you can tithe to your future, to your people. The O stands for ownership. Every Black person in America must own something. When you have a newborn baby, you start that baby's life off with a share of stock. And then you buy that child $100 worth of stock every month for the next 30 years. By the time they're 30, they'll have $250,000 based on historical returns in the stock market. They'll have about $250,000. If they do it till they're 40, they'll have over about $700,000 to $800,000 to work with. The S So and another thing about ownership is you can own not just stock, you own small business, you can own real estate eventually, things like that. You just kind of grow into things as you get the money. But you can buy a share of stock for $5, $2. At blackbusinessschool.com, as soon as you sign up for free, we send you a video that says this is how you buy your first share of stock in 10 minutes or less. The S stands for save and invest. You have to save your money so your money can save you, but you have to understand that saving will not make you rich. Saving will only give you security, and saving prepares you for the next step, which is investing. You will almost never get rich by just saving money. You'll almost never get rich by working for other people. So you want to eventually graduate to where your money is not just saved up, but it's also working for you, and also where you're not just working for other people, you're also working for yourself, and you have other people working for you. You can mix it up. You don't have to do one or the other. The T stands for target. That means that when you spend your money, you target where you spend your money. You don't just throw your money around. That's not a healthy way to deal with something that's so valuable for your community, so valuable for your freedom. You spend your money with black businesses, and you should be willing to spend, even if it costs an extra maybe 10%, 20%, it's okay to spend more, because understand this, that when you spend your money in a black business, that money most likely is going to take care of a black family, to feed some black children.
Yes.
It's going back in your community. When Walmart takes your money, they take your money, they run away with it. They never give it back. They don't even hire you. Black people are the only group of people who've been addicted and trained and brainwashed to give all of our resources away to people who care nothing about us. Nobody else really does that. So that's what the cost model is. And I think if we do that, then that creates cooperative economics in our community.
Whew.
Wow.
And scene. Yeah. I just tried to shorthand tweet it while you were talking. I was like, cost, C-O-S-T. I just want to spread the word. So you see my tweets right now, right? Like, I was just like, yo, Dr. Boyce is talking about, but it's knowledge, and it's basic stuff that I think, like my family, my mom had some of the pieces, like Dorian's mom had some of the pieces, and we got pieces, but we don't have the whole puzzle laid out.
Right.
And it makes us feel overwhelmed as a people, and then you go, well, okay, I'm saving.
Yeah.
And how come that saving is not growing? And how come at the end of the year I have 93 cents on $300? Like, damn, I feel like I should have $350 on $300.
Right.
So I just think that, first of all, you guys bringing the history into it, then the psychology, then the present day, then the solution-oriented. I think you guys made a great film.
Now it's important for people to digest this information and make decisions about what they want to do.
Yeah.
To stop making excuses when people give them feasible blueprints for how to change. And that's work. You know what I mean? So before we even start talking about the money, we just have self-work to do in general, you know, in order to be able to receive this in a way and say, hey, we want better for ourselves, and we're going to make the efforts, because none of this shit is just going to happen.
No, we have to support each other. You know, we have to be kind with each other, and we have to take risks with each other too, like Boyce is saying.
Calculated risk.
Calculated risk, because we're so quick to spend our money with everybody else, and we have no clue where it goes, and we're just so skeptical about when we do it. You know, even for this project, so many people, there's so much positive feedback, but there's so many skeptics. Yeah. Why do you have to sell it?
Well,
why?
What?
You know, it's
because
just
this is about. You have to sell it.
Because everything that has blood, sweat, and tears needs to get a return that's more, not just
because
like
it costs something to
psychic
make it.
I
return.
know, but for so many people, so many black people of color, they just feel like,
why can't I have this for free?
On the strength, give it to me for free. Why do you have to charge? And it's constantly kind of explaining that we're creating business.
And it'd be one thing if I handed you something for free and then you went and flipped it.
Right.
But you're not.
You're
I'm not just going to give you something.
Yeah.
So many people, they'll see Boyce and they'll see us, and it's like, well, it should just be free. You got it. You're good. And I think give it to the people as a
so
service.
we got to work hard, but you ain't got to work at all.
I know, and it's changing that mindset. You know, I had a lot of conversations with just in the comment thread about those kind
this
of.
This is and this is something that comes up with, and we are very heavily supported by independent artists and creative people. Yeah. And they get approached the same way. Like, why can't you just give me that painting for free or whatever? So this conversation is not just for black people. It's for people that
are creatives.
Don't have the blueprint. Yeah. Word up. How can you flip your dollar, yo? How can you flip that painting? How can you flip?
How do you create value for your wares as well?
And not just value around money, value around us.
People caring about what you're doing.
In our community, even looking at looking at another black person. Hi, good morning.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
feel like even that, how we engage with each other. That's how we resurrect Black Wall Street.
Ooh.
Look at each other. Good morning. How you doing?
Say that.
Yeah.
Let's not look down at each other when we walk past,
Yep.
right? It's looking. How you doing? Have a blessed day. Good
Yeah.
morning. Take
Listen
care.
to D. It's Affirmation Friday. On this last note, actually, two last notes before I let y'all tell the folks where the New York premiere is going to be and
Yes.
how they can participate. I just want you to talk about Intelligent Boss Moves, the initiative you have, boys, with Dame Dash.
Well, Intelligent Boss Moves is something that Damon and I created after we crossed paths on the Breakfast Club where, with his interesting interview that he did.
That day.
Your own business.
Yes.
That interview. And so.
Oh, let me just tell you, we got our blessings from all that entire
Alright.
interview. I love that interview.
I'll tell you, there's only one Damon Dash. That's one thing we can say for
This is
sure,
true.
There's only one, and so after that we became friends and we decided that we wanted to teach together. I pitched the idea of us teaching a class and as I said, we went to different schools. I went to the university, got the PhD, and he went to the School of Life. And he's done some things that are iconic. He created Jay-Z, he created Kanye West, Rachel Roy, put Kevin Hart in his first movie. So he's done a lot of really amazing, interesting things. And so we just created this platform at intelligentbossmoves.com where we teach students basically how to do business our way, how to do business the right way, how to do business for people who've actually done it, how to do business for people who look like you, and it's something that you really don't see at any college campus anywhere in the country. Because we literally bring our students into our business deals to see everything that's happening behind the scenes. Because we were actually finishing a movie. Kanye West is the third executive producer. It's called Too Honorable, and it comes out this summer. Murder Mook is in it, and Cameron and Smoke Dizzle and some other interesting people. And it's basically a film that we're proud of because. It's our money, and Dave shot the movie. It's mostly his movie, but I came in as the executive producer and put some money into it as well. And we're going to tour it this summer. So, we take our students behind the scenes to see how all these deals get made so that they can understand that you got to make moves. And that's where Intelligent Boss Moves come from.
Awesome.
You take pride, especially as a man or as a grown woman, you take pride in being intelligent and thinking like a boss. But also, you also have to make moves. If you just sit still, then nothing happens. So you always got to make moves.
Yes, I'm with it, yo. So Dorian, tell us where they could see the New York premiere, where they can come join y'all and hear y'all speak more on it and watch the entire film because it is amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you, and thanks again for having us on your show today. It's been really fun. So we actually have a premiere tonight, 7 o'clock. At the Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz Memorial
It's a beautiful
Educational
place.
Center.
Yes,
That's
that's
the
a great
Malcolm X
place.
Betty,
Good
Dr.
place
Betty
to do it.
Shabazz Memorial Educational Center. That's in Washington Heights. Here in New York City. And you can go to the drboyceWatkinstour.com to purchase tickets for tonight. And we actually have screenings tomorrow too.
Okay.
Same location. We have a matinee at 2 o'clock and a 6:30 screening. And also tonight is a VIP event. If you spend a little bit more money, you can spend a little bit more time with boys with a private kind of one-on-one time with boys tonight.
So how about our listeners? How can they come to one of the screenings? For this one, okay, so chat roommates, we know there's a lot of you in different places, so we're gonna make this feasible for folks. So if you are a New York City listener, meaning you are able and available to come to one of these screenings, what do we have, Dorian, for them?
Well, if you are able to come, I can get you in for either this evening. What do we think, boys? Tonight or for Saturday?
We can give them something free. I think is she asking about free shit? Absolutely.
Right. After all this,
We'll give you some free shit.
yeah, he gonna give you some free shit.
I got a book called "It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar," New Paradigm for Black America. So if you come out, you can have a free copy of the book.
Awesome.
Let us know Keisha sent you, and we'll give you a free copy, and I'll sign it myself, and I'll give you a big ass hug. How about that?
Awesome.
And we'll give you a free copy of the film too.
So how do
a
they?
big ass hug.
So let's see. Okay, so New York City listeners, if you email us, is this good? Because it got to be a little bit hard. It has to be a little bit hard.
Yeah, a little contest.
Email us at TKintheAM at gmail.com.
Yeah.
TKintheAM at gmail.com. One black person that black entrepreneur or business owner from the olden days when TV was black and white and when pictures were black and white. Email us.
And if you could pick someone from Black Wall Street, from the Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1920s.
Yes, one of the businesses,
you'll be even
the name of the bus service, whatever.
Hey. So, actually, one of our listeners, shout out to Aris the chef. I love it, yo.
Fun.
So, okay, on that note, wow, look at the time. We're wrapping up, but we're gonna go to a song, boys. Yo, we appreciate you.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good
We
work.
see you on TV. Love you, bro. No doubt.
Resurrecting Black Wall Street.
We out here. So we're going to keep in touch with you. We're going to send some folks your way. Hug on them for me when y'all see them.
Yes.
And we just really appreciate what y'all are doing. And not just with this film, but I watch all the progress, Your Black World in general, and all the tours and whatnot. And when you be on TV doing the talking head stuff and you be shutting them down, woo! And sometimes you say some crazy stuff, but I'm like, he's still out there shutting them down for us. Yes.
That's right.
There's room for all of us at the table. So, boys, thank you so much. Dorian, thank you so much, yo.
I love you, Keish.
Thank you.
Love you, Conscious.
We appreciate
you. Thank you so much to the listeners. We love you, and we all can resurrect Black Wall Street.
Yes. And Nick's P is waiting for his hug. He said hugs are free.
Ooh, hugs are free. You better find me tonight in Washington Heights, Malcolm X.
All right, y'all. Yo, we're going to go to a song real quick and come back with our affirmations. Boys, we're going to let you go. You have a great and blessed day, man.
Thanks, boys.
You too. All right, bye-bye now.
New York City, folks, if y'all want to go tonight or
at 7.
tomorrow.
Yes.
So you guys gotta let us know early enough so we could get your names into D.
Yep.
And get a book from Boyce and a hug.
Yep. And me too.
You guys and D, you gotta email us. New York people, email us. What was it? An old-timey black entrepreneur.
Yes.
From Black Wall Street time.
Yes.
Just find the name, get the Wikipedia, put it in the link. Boom. That's it. And tell us, your name so we can give it in. And then for faraway people, what we want is when Boyce talked about his cost model, he said COST. What does each letter stand for? I just tweeted it. So I'm just saying. So you let us know where you're from and what Boyce Watkins cost. COST model. What does each letter stand for? And that's it.
Yeah.
And we'll send you a DVD.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Oh my goodness. Exciting.
Oh, and the email address to win is TKintheAM at gmail.com. Yes. So hit us up. We got about 4 minutes left, and it's Affirmation Friday, and I know you guys are so amazing, and we're just gonna have to do our affirmations in the room and just keep y'all blessed up for the weekend. So Dorian, what do you affirm for yourself, your peoples, for whatever reason?
I affirm that we are resurrecting Black Wall Street one day at a time, one step at a time, one conversation at a time.
Yes.
So I affirm that we keep up the work that we're doing, the amazing work that you guys are doing, that I'm doing, Boyce is doing. We all have important things to do.
Yeah.
And we need to start supporting each other and loving each other and working with each other.
Yeah.
And once we start doing that, we are gonna be rocking and rolling. I'm looking forward. I affirm that we're gonna be all right as Black people.
And I tell you,
I like that.
yes, the black dollar has circled in this room.
Definitely.
And sometimes it's not even a dollar. It's like a figurative.
Yes.
We just stay big in this room. We have worked with each other on so many things over the years, and we've only gotten better.
Doesn't it feel good?
It feels great.
I feel great being here, being amongst friends and people
having
that
control.
I know. Yeah.
Having control.
Having control over it.
Total control.
It's freedom. I feel very free today.
It's very
Yeah.
liberating.
So thank you.
Conscious, what's your affirmation, bro?
I affirm that people recognize the importance of self-awareness and do their self-work before they turn and look at the world for anything.
Ooh.
That's big.
That's where it starts. Because even if you still have issues outside of yourself, when you work on the inside, you're able to handle those issues outside a whole lot better.
Ooh.
Say that. See,
Powerful.
Conscious be coming with the real.
You got the right name for a reason.
Yo, my affirmation is, I just want to stay blessed up in these streets If y'all don't know, I'm out here, we breast heavy. For all woman-centric dopeness, yo. We are out here, we just doing the best work that we can. It's a lot of black girl magic, it's a lot of girl magic, it's a lot of woman magic. And also, you know what? Why are we still talking about girl power, black girl magic? It's woman magic.
Definitely.
The mystical, magical, ovarian magic that we have. I walk down the street and my nether regions be shining. I want my affirm to stay shining on them. Hashtag breast heavy. Okay? Woman-centric dopeness. Was that too much?
I love it.
I always be. I've had an issue with the girl thing for a while myself.
Who came up with that?
I mean,
Probably some dude.
But if I don't know if a dude came up with it. I mean, it's empowering. If it's empowering to women or to girls, because every female is not a woman.
Right.
So it's still, but yeah, I be having issues with that girl sometimes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the email address one more time, because they trying me.
I just put it right there. If you don't know the email address, then you exempt. We said it. And I put it in the thing.
Don't
say it no more. No, don't say it no more.
Email us to win.
No, don't say it no more. And I put it in the chat room.
Somebody was listening. We already got an entry. So let's see. Don't worry. It ain't over till it's over.
Beard gang.
Beard gang. Let's go. What else is going on? Yo, it's our time, actually. TK in the AM.
Giving you 3 reasons to wake up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern, and also the replay from 7 to 8:30 p.m.
And tonight is
B-sides, both sides of the surface with Macedonia, DJ Macedonia. The warm-up before the turn-up, we're doing tapes tonight.
Yes, and also next you can hear a replay of Brunch and Budget, which is very, very perfect.
Perfect time.
Yes.
Makes so much sense.
And if you are not listening on the replay tip, you go through all the archives of every show and listen to Bonfire Radio, every podcast. Just rock with us, yo.
Hey, and if you like what you hear, become a patron for
Definitely.
at least $2 a month, the minimum.
Financial support is necessary. Keep all these things going.
Yes. On that note, y'all have a great day.
This station ain't free.
No, we love you.
We love you for listening.